Odd place to be in. This, of course, is not my room, but let's not focus on that, and let's focus on the album review, which is, of course, for Vardis' newest album titled Red Eye. Now, if you want to know who Vardis are, one of the earliest bands to come out of the new wave of British heavy metal movement, which of course spawned bands such as Saxon, Iron Maiden, Def Leppard, Venom, Raven, Tigers of Pantang, Quartz, and all that. And they're definitely one of the few bands that influenced thrash metal band Metallica, of course. Why? Because Lars Ulrich put them on that, was that the 1979 revisited, new wave of British heavy metal compilation in 1993, 92, somewhere around then. Yeah. Of course, Vardis were formed in 1973 under the name Quo Vardis, which was a tribute to the band Status Quo, and until changing their name in 1977 to Vardis. And since then, they've stuck with this name. Vardis, let's definitely get to it. The last time they ever released a full-length album was in 1986, titled Vigilante. But up until 2015, they definitely released their comeback release, which is the EP titled 200 Miles Per Hour. But, of course, since then there have been lineup changes. The drummer who played on the 200 Miles Per Hour EP, Joe Clancy, would be replaced by Phil Medley, who was one of the original Vardis members. Of course, playing on the 100 Miles Per Hour EP. That was like in, I think, like 1979. Of course, the band will be dealt with the fatal blow in December 15th with their bass player Terry Horbury, who played on the Vigilante album, passed away, of course, due to cancer. Yeah, sucks, but this album right here is actually one of the last albums with Terry Horbury as bass player, because this was recorded before he ever passed away. So, definitely, let's definitely get to it. The album is definitely 10 tracks. Of course, the album starts up with the title track, which is titled Red Eye. Definitely a pretty different track, definitely, but yet just a good way to start the album. And of course, from here through to 200 Miles Per Hour, which is pretty much a 7 minute and 42-second track. Great song. But there's just other great tracks on here as well. Like I Need You, Lightning Man, Hold Me, The Knowledge, and Jolly Roger, which of course are the two tracks that were recorded for the 200 Miles Per Hour EP, but these are definitely different recordings because of different drummer. Then of course we got tracks such as even Head on the Nail, and then of course the 200 Miles Per Hour, and then Paranoia Strikes. Now Paranoia Strikes is definitely a different track for Vardis. It's definitely a more bluesier, if anything. It's kind of more on the heavy blues side a bit, but still is a very rockin' track as well, with definitely some good guitar soloing from Steve Zodiac, who even his voice is very timeless. This guy just has, his voice just doesn't get old at all. And of course, age, really, he doesn't really show too much of his age, really. For how old these guys are, they almost sound like they're still in their fucking 20s. Definitely, it's almost outstanding. It's like they don't really show their age. This whole album, even drummer Phil Medley, who showcases some good drumming also on Jolly Roger, even on the track 200 Miles Per Hour, he really is like in fucking great shape, it sounds like. It's like, doesn't matter for how old this guy is, he's still able to pull off a great performance. Freaking fantastic, if you ask me. But then you got, with Paranoia Strikes, it's just, really, they still have enough left in their engine. And plus this whole album is just fucking great. That's all that can be said, of course. So the tracks such as even Back to School, great. Really, this 10-track affair just pretty much is a great reminder for what this band was truly all about. And also was a great reminder for what the new wave of British heavy metal movement was all about. It's definitely a great album. There really is not a bad song on here. You definitely have, a lot of, your typical boogie rock tracks that Vardis was definitely known for, with, Hold Me, Back to School, Head on the Nail. Just, it's definitely to expect from the band. It's just done in great fashion. But Hold Me is definitely another one with it's very southern, sort of bluesy, guitar licks into it, especially with the beginning, with just Steve Zodiac just giving off a real dirty, nasty sort of, guitar lick. Just freaking great. Overall, great album. Really, I haven't heard a bad album from this band anyway, and this is just a good album. As far as scores go, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. This is definitely an 8 out of 10 album. Definitely solid. So, if you're definitely new to Vardis, and this is your first album you ever pick up by them, this is definitely a good album to start with. It's definitely it's just that. It's like either that or even The World's Insane or something. It's like even that would be a good album to start with, but this one isn't a bad way to start with anyway. If you end up picking this one up and it's your first Vardis album, definitely a good one to start with. So until then, this is Heavy Thresher saying I'm out, and if you are a fan of this band, you will not be disappointed. You will not be. So later.